Hi Pisces, and welcome to your July 2019 General Tarot and Astrology reading. My name is Ariel, and I'm going to be looking over your charts and your cards for the month to just get a good idea of where your month is going and what kind of energies you'll be dealing with right now. So I'm going to start out by just saying that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Pisces out there, so whatever does resonate for you, just go ahead and take that in as it applies, and if it does not resonate with you, just feel free to toss that on out, and that's going to be for another Pisces. That's not going to be for you if it doesn't resonate. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull a Major Arcana card from the Major Arcana Tarot deck just to see what your beginning energy is for the month. Alright, Pisces, you pulled the World. So this is a very, very beautiful and powerful card because this indicates that you have really come to the end of some cycle. There's usually some kind of a victory or some kind of completion here where it's like, I've kind of seen it all. I've gone all around the world, literally, emotionally, physically. It doesn't matter which way it has been, but this is definitely telling you that you're coming to, some phase of completion in life where you've kind of put in the effort, put in the work, put in the, the tears and the love and all of that, and you've come to a full circle. And next I'm going to pull a card from the Druid Animal Oracle and see what comes in there for you with your spirit animals to see which one of these will be pulling towards you this month. Oh, Pisces, you got the Frog, which is a beautiful energy. There's a lot of shamanic connection with the frog. This is a very powerful animal. And this is also about healing. It's about cleansing. It's about turning loose of anything toxic and old. This is an animal of balance because it can live both on earth and in water, but it needs both to survive. So anything that you do to cleanse, to purify, music is very powerful for you, which Pisces it always is, but even more so right now, because when you think about the sound the frog makes, there's always that sound vibration. It's always clearing. It's always moving things out. So keep that in mind. Always be listening. Always tune in to music that makes you feel good. Even maybe get to a concert or something so that you can really clear that way as well. Take some healing baths with sea salt. Get to the ocean. Get in the water. Spend more time in nature because the frog is all about that. Sometimes it's good to even go to a traditional doctor, just to get a checkup. And if not that, something more, esoteric, like, Chinese medicine or acupuncture, massage, Reiki, any of those things are very valuable right now. Alright, Pisces, so I'm going to put out the intention and just ask all of your archangels, all of your guides, helpers, and healers, any special spirits that, family, friends that have moved on that may be close around you to come in and guide this reading. And let's just see what comes out. I'm going to do a general Celtic cross with the Oshos and Tarot and just see what happens for Pisces for July 2019. Alright, Pisces, so you start out with that Knight of Earth, that Knight of Pentacles. So this is all about forward movement, and it's usually movement towards stability, greater grounding, greater focus. Sometimes it means that you could be traveling or moving forward for work or for a job if something's looking good somewhere else. But usually that is an energy that's very slow moving. It's not a fast night. It's the slowest of the nights. It is still forward movement, but it's a slower forward movement. And so the card that's crossing over that one, Pisces, is the High Priestess. This is the inner voice, the inner vision. So this is very much about trusting that deeper intuition. Sometimes this is an intuition that's so deep you don't even always recognize it for what it is, but it's always there. Take some time to go within take some time away from even other people, because you're a very sensitive sign. So oftentimes, Pisces, you will find that that you are really pulling in a lot of the energies of other people. It's very important for you to always take time for yourself, so that you know the feelings that you're feeling are truly yours, because you're the kind of person that you get around someone that's happy and suddenly you're feeling better. You get around someone sad or angry and it's like, wow, I'm suddenly in such a bad mood, because you're very empathic, very intuitive. Let's pull a few more cards on your subconscious and the conscious mind here. Oh wow, Pisces. So your immediate past is showing me that there's been probably some not so honest people in your past here, and you have really found that out, because here comes that Ace of Swords. So this is really about, this is that Seven of Swords, and so you've discovered that there are definitely some people that are not quite what they appear to be. Many times they came on with with a mask. They came on with a mask, and you found out, and it wasn't a good thing, and so you decided to kind of move on. You got away from that, and you really made some big decisions here to get away from that, because that Ace of Swords says no more, and that's a very beautiful energy where the clouds are parted, the illusions and all the mental fog are just simply gone, because you said, I see what you're trying to do here, and I'm going to cut through all that miasma and get out of there. So the subconscious card for you, Pisces, you have absolutely been through the dark night of the soul. You have definitely gone through those tears and sleepless nights. There's that Nine of Swords. And you are a sensitive sign, so often it's not unusual for Pisces to deal with things like depression, loneliness, melancholy. For you, it's so important, again, like I said, with music, but anything creative is always so positive for you guys. And there, crossing over that, there's that Magician, there's that very beginning, that alchemy. This is the same as the Magician card in the Rider-Waite, where you are really creating something brand new, and you are a super creative sign. You've always got something, because you're always feeling the flow of the universe. And so this is really telling you that, you're overcoming that pain and that melancholy and that sorrow that you feel deep inside, and you're replacing it with something a lot better. You're going to be able to come out of that, and it's usually by using your gifts and your talents to create something new, because that releases a lot of that sadness and depression. So on the conscious mind, the things that you're needing to be aware of in the waking world here is the Sun. This is the same as the Sun card in the Rider-Waite. This is the Innocence card, so it shows the image of a very old man who has basically come so far in life that he is transformed. He's young again, and he is young in spirit, vibrant and radiant in spirit. And so, the Sun is very optimistic. It's positive. It's taking those simple joys. And again, it is like a victory. It's like a completion of a cycle. And it's good to remember, here's that Five of Swords. Don't compare yourself unfavorably to other people, because your situation is yours, theirs is theirs. And you don't always know everything that they're going through. It may seem like they have this perfect life, but really, you may not know at all. So don't compare yourself, Pisces. Just be very, happy with what you're experiencing, and don't let someone else's, energy or presence diminish that. Because you know how that is when, I say I'm having a great day, and they're like, oh, well, I blah, 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 and suddenly you don't feel like you're doing so good. So try not to pay too much attention or put too much stock in that, Pisces, because, be happy with you. If you're doing well, you're doing well. If someone's, try to rub something in your face, don't accept it. So coming into the future position here, Pisces, we've got the King of Earth, of Pentacles. This is a very balancing, this is Taurus energy, so it's very earthy, very grounded. So yet again, what I'm getting with that is that you really do have that need to ground, that need to, settle down into something new. And here's that good old Page of Cups coming in. because this is what you're really waiting for. This is the emotional offer. This is the love coming in. This is the renewed freedom. And you can see that like right here. Here that door to the cage is melting away and the love is coming in. So this is the same as that Page of Cups, and he's coming in and bringing, you know, an offer of love or an apology or more compassion, more empathetic energy. So at the same time, you know, you're grounding and you're stabilizing, and yet again, here's that balance. When we look at that King of Pentacles, there's the feminine and the masculine, the yin and the yang. So we're definitely trying to balance, you know, both sides of the personality, both the practical and the intuitive. And the more that you do that, Pisces, the easier it gets for your heart to be open and for others to be more open towards you if you're looking for that grounded center. Alright, so we're going to just take a peek at what your suggestions are for how to handle the energy this month. Okay, Pisces, you're playing a Six of Cups. That's a beautiful, beautiful card because this is a lot of wish fulfillment. This is a what do you desire card. This is the dream. This is what is it that you would like. In the traditional deck, this is the, you know, the cups with the children and there's flowers blooming, and it's a really beautiful, you know, scene of harmony and wish fulfillment and crossing over that. There's your soulmate love. There's that wonderful friend connection. And this is the kind of friendship that doesn't diminish from you. Like I said, you're very sensitive. So really, this is the kind of love that's coming in and saying, you know, I'm here for you. I'm not going to try to take away from you. I'm going to add to your life. You're going to add to mine. But we're still who we are. So that's definitely a beautiful sign that you should approach this whole situation with love, compassion, and even putting out your vision for what you really want to bring in, because it makes no sense to ask only for what, or worry or contemplate on things that are making you sad or things that have frustrated you. So, you know, put it out there. If you want more love in your life, more compassion, want more wish fulfillment, more things that, you know, can fill those cups and make you feel whole and satisfied and content. You know, put that out there if you can, Pisces. Even if you've been through those hard times, your soul is that of the true believer. And so that's one of my favorite qualities of Pisces, is that no matter how much they get hurt, they still have that wonderful ability to try again and to have faith again. Yeah, you've definitely been through so much, so much worry, so much anxiety, Pisces. This is just, yeah, this has been a lot. So you've had that nine, you know, Nine of Wands, where it's a lot of the feeling of defensiveness and tiredness, and, you know, you've gotten so tired with running that machine that you're just almost turned into the machine itself. So, you know, this is what you need to know about this situation. As part of this is that you might be really sleep deprived. You may be working just, you know, literally yourself to the bone to where you don't have much energy, or, you know, and when you do, you know, what's coming out is that it's like you're very short with people, kind of impatient, or they're impatient with you and kind of snippy, and so it just feeds into itself and it just makes you more tired. So that's something to be very, very conscientious of, Pisces. If you're having trouble sleeping, I would make that a very high priority to work on this month. Because right now, you know, it's like this is that hope and fear of the future, is having to make a lot of decisions, and you're getting really caught up in your head about it. That's creating a lot of excess worry, a lot of excess struggle that you really don't need to have. A lot of this is just new ideas. This is the Page of Swords, so it's really not a very good place to be mentally. So what's crossing over that, and what you really need to know about, you know, handling that is, here's this Wheel of Fortune that says, you know, you never know. This may, you know, you may be really worried about something, and it may not be anything at all. And in likelihood, it isn't, because that Suit of Swords, it's that mental excessive energy. So the more that you overthink, the more it clouds, and the mind just turns into a machine yet again. And so the Wheel of Fortune says, step out of that mind, step out of that excessively worried space, Pisces, and try to get into a more free-flowing energy that says, you know what, that little thing that you're worried about, you might just be making a really, really big thing out of it that really doesn't have much to do with, you know, anything rooted in actual reality. Okay, so the next one, the outcome, we're looking again, yet again, we've got both the air, the King and Queen of Swords. And these guys, you know, they're harsh. They can be really rigid because, yet again, this gets into that air energy. It's very stern. It's very strict. It's not very forgiving, especially in this particular deck. There is that very incisive, very clear-cut, very direct kind of energy about this. You may even be dealing with a really difficult air sign or air influence kind of person, whether they're, you know, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or if they're simply, you know, embodying that part of the air sign energy, which is to be very analytical, very intellectual, and not very emotional, not very soft and sensitive, which is really what your strength is and what you respond to best, Pisces. I'm going to pull a few more cards around those just to see what else comes in there. I just want to ask about a little bit more about what you can do with a lot of this air energy, Pisces, because you're getting so much of those swords right now. And that's just so harsh. Okay, so here comes that breakthrough. Here comes this Tower. Yeah, I think you're going really towards a complete transformation ultimately, but really what this requires, first step, is going to be, there's that Justice card. It's a rebalancing. And you know, that's a big thing that we're going through this month, because when I look at your chart, which I have here, this is for the general planetary energy of what's happening in your astrological chart, Pisces. What's happening this month is we're starting out July with a Cancer new moon and a solar eclipse. That happens July 2nd. And so the sun is already moving through Cancer, and so this is activating your creative centers. This is activating your heart, because this is going through that Leo house for you universally. So you will feel more creative, you will be more imaginative, more passionate about things, and definitely more loving and more conscientious of love. If you're getting enough, if you're not getting enough, if you're receiving what you need, if it's fulfilling, etc. And because Leo is very generous and very open, you will be very generous and open. That's going to really open up your heart. You'll be even more giving and more wanting to share than ever. You may even be revisiting, because we have a Mercury retrograde this month from the 7th through the 31st. And so your mind is revisiting things that have consistently made you happy, or have made you happy in the past, things that have really spoken to your heart, have given you a sense of self-worth. Not only in your life, but in what you can do for others. So don't be surprised, Pisces, if this month you might feel even more led to reaching out and giving either time, love, resources to others as well. Really championing the underdog, anybody that you feel is, you know, downtrodden or not being treated well. This also brings in a great love of both children and animals. So this is also something where you may find yourself wanting to maybe volunteer at a shelter, or help children, maybe even, you know, with learning or with arts or things that they need that maybe they're not getting all the time. So the next thing that we're going to look at is that Capricorn full moon. We have that lunar eclipse that's kind of bookending. It's 2 weeks apart. We start with the solar, and then we go with the lunar. The solar eclipse is really bringing in the energy that you want to embody. And because it's in Cancer, which is a fellow water sign, you're really having a good month with that, Pisces. It's time for you to look at what you need emotionally, because if you haven't been getting it, that could be what's forcing you to go more into your mind and more into that analytical side, but that's not really where you're super comfortable. So Capricorn's full moon, Capricorn actually is a very complementary sign to you, because it really helps ground and stabilize that water energy. So when that lunar eclipse hits, that's when you release so much stuff. And I want you really to think about, what are your ambitions? What are your things that you've wanted to do? What are projects you've wanted to get going and maybe just haven't found quite the right outlet or channel for it yet? Because Pisces, you are here to create. You're here to be that spiritual guiding force that we all need so very much on this planet right now. So that is your reading for July 2019. This is a brand new channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the content. If you do, please do click subscribe, like, and share this video with other people so that it gets around to more places. And I will be back soon. Have a wonderful July, Pisces. Thank you.